What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of Hoggie's Quick Beer Reviews. Today I bring you the first part in a three-part series I'm doing. That's one review for each beer in this. The Samuel Adams Brewmasters Variety Pack, Variety 6-pack. Now, I've had all these beers before. I'm not doing this to share the new experience because I pretty much know what to expect. I'm doing this as a public service. I started drinking Sam Adams and progressed my way into craft beer. I don't really drink Sam Adams that much anymore. They're not the greatest brewery, but I still got love for them. I still give them props for what they do. Because of their availability and because of their marketing, they are a great segue beer for a lot of people getting into craft beer. So for those out there who may be wanting to try and experiment with some new styles, new different type of beers, or who may have already taken the plunge and want to go a step further, I'm just here with these reviews, just to let you know what the contents of this box are. Now, we're going to start today with this. This is the Blackberry Witbier, the latest addition to the variety pack. In its place used to be the Honey Porter, but now these 6-packs come with the Black Lager, the Irish Red, and the Blackberry Witbier. There will be another review. This is part 1. Part 2 will be following shortly. That will be the Irish Red. The third part is going to be a written review on my website. I'll be uploading all that more or less at the same time. I've already had the Black Lagers. That review's done. I just got to upload it. So yeah, it's going to be those 3. Now, I'm doing this to help people out, the public service thing, and I'm also doing it because I ended up with 3 beers of each. It's a variety 6-pack. There's 2, 2, and 2. Long story short, in the supermarket where I used to live, in the area I used to live, a lot of people apparently like to make their own mix and match 6'ers. You'd go and, like Sam Adams, you'd find like a 6-pack of half cherry wheat and half Boston Lager. The Sierra Nevadas, you'd find like 2 stouts mixed in with the porters. So, people like to do that there. And one day I went to pick up one of these because I felt like a couple Black Lagers. And when I get home and I open it up, there's no Black Lager. But there's 4 of these. So yeah, they screwed me that day. But I got my revenge because a couple weeks later I went back, did the same thing, opened it up, took out 2 of these, and put in 1 more Black Lager, 1 more Irish Red. Now I had 4 of these. I drank 1 of these along the way. And I ended up with 3 of these, 3 of those, and 3 of those. So I figured, why not just review them and let everybody know what's up with these beers. Now, today we start with the Blackberry Witbier, the newest addition to the Brewmasters collection for Sam Adams. This is a wheat beer, Belgium-style wheat beer, and this is made with blackberry. Now, I'm not a fan of fruit beers. I'm not a fan of this beer, but I'm going to try to be objective here. Piece of wax or something on the bottle there. I'm going to try to be objective here and let you guys know what to expect. Now, today we're using a Pilsner glass, because Beer Advocate told me I could do it. Apparently for wit beers this is an acceptable piece of glassware, and since I don't drink that many Pilsners, I might as well get some use out of it. Now, checking Beer Advocate like I always do, Sam Adams Blackberry Witbier receives a B- out of 401 reviews. It is categorized as a wit beer and it is 5.5 ABV. So, next review will be the Irish Red, and like I said, the Black Lager will be uploaded to my website, to beerbreath.com. So by the time you see this on YouTube, everything will be up and running, so go check that out. Now, you break out the trusty Sam Adams bottle opener, which they kindly sent me for free. Now, let me read this to you while I'm at it. It says, only a specific blackberry could bring the subtle flavor that we wanted for this brew. These Marion blackberries from Oregon give a hint of blackberry in the aroma and taste and perfectly complement the refreshing and crisp flavors of the wit beer. Okay, cool. So, crack it open. Now, wit beers translates to white beer, I believe. They're light in color, almost white, cloudy wheat beers. These are unfiltered. There is going to be sediment floating in there, to which standard procedure for an unfiltered beer with sediment floating around in there. You leave about an inch or so in the glass, swirl that, and then pour it all out. The sediment adds to the head, helps build the head, something like that, or so they say. I'm not a fan of wit beers, so I'm no expert. But yeah, it does look nice in this glass, I must admit. It is, oh yeah, there's a lot of sediment floating around in there, you can see it. The head is very nice. See if you can make out that color. It is a hazy, faded yellow gold color, kind of like a dark straw, dark hazy straw pushing orange amber color, slightly off-white head, nice and creamy, and there goes the blackberry. Now if you've been watching my reviews, you probably know I don't like fruit beers, and I don't like this beer. I consider this to be a blackberry soda. In all fairness, I've had fruit beers that are a lot more offensive to my palate. This is drinkable, just not my kind of beer. But in all fairness, I'm going to just let you know what's in here. The color does look nice for what it is, for a wheat beer. And it's darker than a lot of wit beers, Belgium style wit beers out there. The smell, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting blackberry. There's a little bit of hop crispness under that, but overall it's that kind of bittersweet blackberry aroma. And there's a hint of, there's a little sweetness in there, but it's mixed in with the blackberry. I can't tell you if that's malt or just blackberry. But it does have a very strong blackberry scent. Right now it's not that horrible. I gotta say, I kind of enjoyed that right there. It's a wit beer. It's, you know, Belgium style wit beer. You get coriander and orange peel. This replaced the coriander and the orange peel with blackberry, but everything else stayed the same. The texture, that kind of creamy foaminess, the light body, it's all still there. If you like wit beers, and even going to the lowest common denominator like Blue Moon, Shock Top, and even that new Bud Light Golden Wheat, this is along those lines. This is a light-bodied wheat beer, but instead of your orange and coriander flavors, you get blackberry. And in all fairness, the blackberry flavor is not overpowering. This is crisp, this is refreshing, and it's blackberry. But again, it's not as crisp. The smell makes you think that it's much stronger when you taste it, and it's very subtle. You can't taste, you can't taste a little wheat in there, and you can get the bitterness from the hops on the finish. I'm not getting much in the way of malt, but these are lighter, paler malts. Not as strong a flavor. You're not going to get caramel, strong caramel notes in this. But I mean, it's refreshing. And again, if you like Belgium style wheat beers in general, you might like this. If you can deal with the blackberry fruit taste in your beer. I don't prefer fruit in my beer, but this is still light, refreshing, and well made. It gets a B- out of 400 something reviews on Beer Advocate. I kind of agree with that. This is about a B-. I've had a lot worse wit beers, either way. I've had a lot worse. This is pretty good as far as quality, as far as, you know, how well it was made. And yeah, so if you can deal with blackberry, go for it. You might just like it. I call this a glass half full because it is not a bad beer. There is quality in this glass. Unfortunately, there's also blackberry, so that just turns me off. But yeah, personally, I don't think that this is a good style of beer to be including in the Variety 6-pack. The honey porter might have been a better idea. But regardless, it is what it is. This was, I believe, their long shot contest or home brewer contest winner last year, and now it's a part of their lineup. But it's a wit beer, and instead of orange and coriander, you got blackberry. If you see it, try it. If you've tried it and you like it, let me know what you think. If you hate it, please let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me, guys, and stay tuned for part 2. Cheers.